last time we left off, we were working on this dude. We had to fix underneath his beard. His face, interface between the book and the beard isn't great. Overall not bad. I don't want to waste too much time on him, because when he's sitting on a table, inevitably he's going to get beat up. That's my excuse always for not making things more detailed. We started this one, sort of like druidy person. I went in and, where's my pointy paintbrush? I went in and painted the entire thing fair skin, and then washed this guy, the legs, and then use a thinner paint back here, layering it in, something that I don't usually do, experimenting with. Okay, but today, at the moment, I want to do these guys here. I want to experiment more with this layering thing. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm like maybe 30 or 40 pieces in to painting. So I feel like I've done a whole bunch, but I know realistically I haven't done hardly any at all. So I want to start these guys and some other ones out of my bag of preferred pieces, or potentially painting next pieces. I'm gonna make them team purple. Team purple or team blue. Team purple, blue, red, depending on how much of each color they get. But I don't want to waste too much paint, so in that spirit, I'm gonna try and paint all these guys similar color scheme. This guy's kind of cool. This fella right here. This archer dude. We could do him purple. Okay. Alright, let's move all this junk out of the way. So today we're going to be using a lot of this fella here, heraldic red. Probably also this blood red. The difference between heraldic and blood, I'm not sure. What else we got here? Sparkling blue. Love this guy. This brown blue, which I adore. It is a great colored blue. And that should give us our purple range. I need to base coat these guys in something. I guess they don't all have to be the same something. This guy's going to tend to be more on the darker side, I think. This guy, I kind of imagine he's like royalty of some kind. He's got tights on, and you need to have royal confidence to wear tights. I think he'll be gilded, dry brushing him in some shiny gold stuff. So I guess we'll just base coat him in the color of his tights and his like broquet, whatever you want to call it. I am not an expert. And this chick, she looks awesome. She has all these cool details and also some broad areas of just clean, smooth material, which makes the layering process look cool. And look at how awesome her hair is. I don't know how close I can get before my camera geeks out. Alright, just about there. Look how awesome that hair is. It's really detailed. I don't want to lose the detail in that casting. Her sword has cool details on it. Her scabbard, or her frog. What do they call it? Yeah, that's a scabbard, I suppose. Anyways, I'm excited to paint her. I think she's going to be particularly cool. So that gives me 3 people to work with, 3 different things that'll be drying simultaneously, so I can just keep going and going and going in between layers. Maybe I should add a 4th person to the mix. I have a whole bunch of touch-up stuff to do on other pieces. If I'm lucky, I'll be using colors that are useful on them. Ooh, could be Team Blue. This character, this is one of my early attempts at doing white, and boy is it messy. Holy crap. I tried so many things to give it some dimension. She looks like she just climbed out of a chimney. There's some cool like details picked up there, but this piece looks like a garbage. Her hair, so that's kind of cool. It turned out kind of okay. But the rest of her, yeah, she's like a chimbley sweep, is what it looks like. Look at that, gross, so gross. So I'm thinking maybe we could put her on Team Purple. Could I mean, she looks kind of cell shaded. It's not awful, but it really, I mean, come on. If this was sitting at the shop, you would not immediately buy this piece. No, no freaking way. Ugh. But in terms of raw pieces, who else could be cool without stealing? Because, like, you gotta be careful. You get a new player in your campaign, and they happen to have a character they like enough they want a figurine for, and they look through your collection of figurines, if you're lucky enough to have a collection of figurines, and they find one that they like, but it's already been painted by somebody else. And some people like that. Some people aren't going to sit down and paint the piece, and they're happy to find one that's painted. But if you have really cool ones, like here's another really cool one. All the details, this really unique shield, which is going to be fun as hell to paint. You know, I'm really tempted to paint her, but she's so cool. This could be somebody. They might want to make her her own. So, back into the bag of cool pieces she goes. I mean, every piece could be cool in the right respect. What about this guy? This guy's pretty basic. I would qualify him as a cool piece as well. He's like a dwarf type feller. You know they're dwarves because they got big boots. He's swinging this gigantic sword. He's mounted on this base already. He might just be snapped in there. I guess that's not the end of the world. But he's cool. But he's not so cool that I feel like he's so unique. He's pretty fundamental. So somebody might use him, but they might not mind having a purple, red, blue dwarf, whatever he turns out to be. But he could be piece number 4. Alright, so we set these guys aside. I have 2 different types here. We got these guys, good old Reaper miniature. They're supposed to be paintable right out of the package. But they say you should wash them off first. I have not washed these off, and that doesn't usually go well. Maybe I should step aside and wash them. These guys here, no marking on the bottom. I should know what they are, because I've purchased pieces from these sets before, but I can't for the life of me remember who makes them. These are like a pre-prime material. It kind of looks like it's painted onto them, sprayed onto them, but that might be the plastic. I'm not going to scratch them to find out. But so we have 2 pieces. This guy's that same type. So we have these 2 different types of painting pieces. We'll see how this layering technique, or what I'm calling a layering technique, I don't know. We'll see how well it does, and how these people on Team Purple turn out. I'm gonna go wash these guys, because that's what they recommend. A little bit of dish soap, apparently. So I'm just going to take these, and I have them in this glass of water here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of soap down there and there. I don't know if you can see that at all. And I'm going to go shake it up over in the sink, and then I'm going to rinse them off in this same glass, just like splashing water down onto them. Well, out of the glass, still a little wet. I mean, my kid, and they're soaking wet. All right, they have been washed and rinsed. I'm gonna sort of pat them down and dry a little bit here. And I'm gonna set them off to the side and dry as if he was paint. Although I feel like the water will take longer than the paint does, because the paint just has a solvent in it, right? Like some kind of paint thinner. I could be wrong. Maybe it's all water. Okay. There's a fly buzzing around every once in a while. Boy, is he annoying. Get out of here, fly. Okay. How are we going to start? We need to prime these guys. Or base layer them, or whatever you want to say. This is the thing about teaching yourself how to do this stuff, is you just come up with your own terminology. You don't know what the community at large says, and then people are like, but it's okay. It's okay. Standardized language helps people communicate, for sure. I guess we'll start with heraldic red, because I don't know what it looks like. Who is going to be heraldic red to start? It's a pretty aggressive base layer. All of these are, because they're so dark. Should I just... No, I can't do white. I know from experience white is a pain in the butthole. We could just go with fair skin again. There's no reason why we couldn't do that. That's not a horrible base layer, considering. Is that the boring way to do this? Is to do it with fair skin? I could lighten it up. Yeah. Let's just put some white paint in it. Sure. That'll work. It's a little wet over here. Don't want that. Alright, that's it. I need a pin. I need a pin and we can go in the song with that one. Alright. And by pin I mean paperclip. I find that they're very effective. Alright. Pink to start with this heraldic red. It's nice. It's a nice looking red. It's like apple red. Meh. Fire truck red. And we'll toss a little fair skin into it. Gosh, I do no. No. Yeah, we'll do fair skin or white. Fair skin's gonna taint the color a little too much. We'll do white. Let's see here. Gotta clean off this pokey. Ugh, how risky. Gotta clear this. Oh, hi, Kit Kat. Do you want to sit up here? Hey. Boop. Are you coming? This is Holly Cat. We'll see how long she sticks around. She's picky. Don't get fuzzes in my stuff. Don't get fuzzes in my stuff. I know you've got fuzzes all over the place. Alright, use the other side of this. Yeah, she's not gonna like how much moving around I'm doing right now, I don't think. We'll see. Oh no, my hand is all white. If I touch you with it, so will you be. Little cat. cat. There's already a fuzz. I see it. You're producing fuzzes, cat. I did not poke this well enough. Luckily, I have another white. And I have a cat. I can't disturb the cat. Isn't that right, cat? See, this one, I thought it was like clogged, and it's beautiful. Perfect. Boop. And of course, this gives us pink, but that's okay. Alright, I spread that very thin, which is bad. We'll start with one of these guys. Let's go with, we'll go with Royal Dude. This is hard with a cat where my elbows belong. Well, the paint's laying down on him fairly nicely. I feel the cat's ears twitching underneath me as she debates whether or not being jostled around ever so slightly is worth the warmth of my lap. I've painted under his chin on that side a bit, which is unfortunate. It's okay, and I painted one of his hands this color, but I'm sure it won't be a major problem. That's a lot for one brush load. I really need one of those piece holders. That's how you know I've only been doing this a little while. I don't have any piece holding strategy. Try to get some of the paint off of these thin bits. Off of the little details. And hopefully preserve them. But you can't go too far because once it starts drying, you're just scuffing it up. Okay. Your first layer is complete, my friend. Oh, it is hot, and you're making it hotter. You're heating me up. And the air conditioner's over there, and the cat just got here, which means I cannot just abandon the poor cat. Okay. I think I'm going to lighten this up even more. What are you doing here, buddy? Lighten this up even more. Okay. Let's move on to this guy. He's been washed, unlike other Reaper miniatures I've had. And see, he's not wearing gloves. But I can get away with this in terms of his skin tone, so we'll just paint a little fair skin over top of him. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn the fucking music down. Oh, here she goes. Aborting. And she's gone. That was Hollycat, everybody. I'll go with the bow as the holding point, because we can do that. Okay, we'll call that guy done. Alrighty. let's see here. Let's go for dwarf guy. We will add some of the Brayon blue to this sort of pink color we have here. What's left of it anyways. Not much. All right, dwarf. Not the hair, not the face. He's got gloves on. So thick, we really gotta spread it out. That's a cool color. I like that. So much paint. Alright, I'm starting to see some of the color palette that's going to be coming out of this. Okay. So, blue dude, pink dude, different shade of pink dude. I have a little bit more of this blue. What can we turn it into? Let's add a little blood red and then we will go for our next piece. Oh god. What a nasty container. I got some stray what the hell in there. Give me some red. Oh, what? It did. Okay. Red in there. Mix. Interesting. It's not as late as I was imagining. But I could put shadows and highlights on this color for sure. Okay. Let's start with this like sort of wine crimson dealio. I have some ideas. We don't want to do her face, and she is wearing gauntlets, but not gloves necessarily. We'll avoid her hands. Oh. Yeah, and her chest as well. Well, man, I already mixed this up. I can't go for flesh. Okay. I might just have to wait. Let my dry brush clean up those edges later, because I'm gonna have to do her upper body in flesh tone after this. Did we just say she has gloves on? Is that lazy? Oh god. How lazy do I want to be right now? But it's all about speed, so I can get this spread out nice and evenly without any complications. It's laying down nice. I like the color a lot. Oh man, not sticking as well down there. There might be some water left over. Got some interesting shit playing right now. Why is it so brutal at the moment? My playlist must have ended. No time. There's no time. The color looks way pinker on my display than it does IRL. Fuzz on my finger. Another area that's a little hard to paint, but it's sticking up more or less okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that doing the shaking them in a glass of water with some detergent and then rinsing of them was successful. Much better results than I have had in the past being lazy. What do you know? Alright, I think we're going to get somewhere really, really awesome with this piece. It's a good guy. Good one. Good guy. I definitely take that from my childhood. Everything was this guy, that guy. And that was just a thing, a unit. This guy, that guy. Could be a playing piece. It could be like a block. It could be a bug. It could be a screw, Lego. That guy, this guy. She's got some cool like shoulder plate armor. Real delicate though. Oh, it looks like I gave her gloves. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was gonna put the extra effort in and not paint your hands. But here we are. at the end of his scabbard. How much of her staff do I want to do? I guess I don't mind painting it this purple color as well. We'll work with it. Trying to avoid hitting her hair because I don't know what color I'm going to do it. But here I am hitting her hair like crazy anyway, so. Maybe I just have to say fuck it around that end. Maybe it should just be a little darker down there in case I decide to do it light. Oh, that whole sleeve. I just completely ignored the entire sleeve. Sometimes I'll finish an entire piece and realize there is some like area in shadow that is just unpainted white because I was not paying close enough attention and because I don't have something to hold them with, and not having something to hold them with means that I'm limited in my angles when rotating this guy around. This guy, this piece, this lady. Okay. I think you are probably the coolest color so far. Got some of the characteristics of that Brayon blue and that pink and red. So that's a combination of all of the paints that we have selected. And the range here that we have between these guys is pretty nice. Of course, we're not even close to the total range that we could go. I can't risk putting too many combinations in the same palette of paint though, because it's going to start to get crumbly and nasty and gross. And we do not want that. Oh, what a nice color that is. On one of my monitors, it looks like really purple. On the other one, it looks like silly putty. Cool. I don't know how it looks to you guys, but it looks alright here. IMO. Okay. So that brings us back to our first piece, which is this feller. He's 4 pieces ago. We can probably start throwing some stuff on him, right? Boop. Okay. Goodbye, first mixing plate. I feel like I got a lot out of that plate. That's part of the goal here. Increase maximum amount of painting. Okay. Let's try and recall sort of who here is most recent, but they're closest to the camera. And then we got you, buddy. Are you telling me you can't focus on that? Are you telling me that's too close to you? How about over here? Does that make you feel better, camera? Jeebus, it's his color, I'm sure. It's geeking it out. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Very, very light blue. We'll bring that in and see what that does for us. I'm gonna thin it way down. I should probably do fair skin on his face before I do anything else. Maybe I should save that step a bit because I'm gonna nick his face doing the rest of his clothing. We'll wait. Okay, let's see. Tin. Tea candle tin. I make fire starters, and these are left over after I collect all the wax from like 100 tea candles, unscented white tea candles, and they're really handy as a mobile piece to your painting kit. I really love you, Brion Blue, but should we do sparkling? Because why not? A bit of sparkling blue. Just a bit. Just a tad. And then an eyedropper of water. I put 3 drops in. Now, when you use sparkling stuff and you wash it down like this with water, the sparkles separate out and will settle. And you're left with pigment and sparkles independent of one another. And so you gotta keep it stirred and you gotta go fast. This could be a little too thin. Maybe I went too aggressively. No, it doesn't matter. We're going to, oops, I'm splattering this on the table. I'm going to have to paint thin this table off eventually. Alrighty. I feel like this is not going to be enough, but let's see. I'm just going to do all of them and see what happens. Yeah, this brush ain't going to cut it. We had a bigger brush. You're kind of too big. Maybe you're not, for speed's sake. It seems like so much. Oh, this brush is literally disintegrating. Cool. Awesome. This is what, oh shit. This is what happens when you take care of your brushes, kids. Let's see here. Going back to this fellow. Sorry, I should not be setting you down right now. This is what we call a mistake. Wasting valuable time. It is very wet though, so it's not the end of the world. But it's probably picking up some of the other paint. Whoa, I soaked up like all of that into this brush here. Alright. Is that efficient or poor planning? Probably accidentally efficient. Alright, so I'm asking myself, did I water it down too much? It's definitely a wash at this point, but that's okay. That's okay. Do I want it to pull some of the paint up? How much of it do I want to sit in these cracks? Leave the underside of his cape. I mean, it stayed conveniently unpainted that whole time, so I mean, why not? Well, he's going to be shiny AF in certain areas. But that is okay. Well, we've done something to him. He is going to need some serious highlighting. Set him off to the side. Don't know how I feel about you, buddy. But that's why we're doing this. Okay. You're next. You are very pink. Boy, are you pink. I think we'll have a slightly better result going over you. What is the best way to do this? Smaller amount of water. Let's see here. Sapphire blue. It's a more genuine blue color, if you can call it that. Look at that. None of that's left. It's completely empty. It's as if I never used it. Oh gosh. Come on. It's a fair amount of blue. Hopefully we like it. Water. 1 drop to the 3 drops that I just put in there. This is totally not... okay, we did 1. I was going to do more, but it's like just impulsive to do more. Clean brush. Apparently the only brush I have that works. No, this is the failed brush. No brush. Bad brush. Now we do this one. Oh, the air conditioner. I keep thinking of how hot it is, and then I'm like, that's right. I have modern technology. Okay. Look at how nice that blue is. As we've lightened up, or we've thinned it a little bit. Let's see how it looks on this guy. Is it just going to totally cover the other one? Is it not thin enough? We'll see. I'm going to go with not thin enough. He's just turning blue. Now he looks like a gender announcement. A very confused one. Okay. I'm going to mark that as not as planned. Get out of the way, thumb. Well, we tried a lot. We tried a little. I guess now we try something in between, huh? But who knows? Maybe after it dries, we'll get a unique color. Maybe. Alright. Alright, team purple blue. Technique number 2. Test it out. Sorry, bud. Let's toss this guy in the water. Let's revisit him, see how he looks. Well, we definitely have a lot of like purple shininess to him now. He is like washed, more or less. So maybe I need to make a more overt purple color. Okay. This fellow, I like the color blue that we have going on him so far. So maybe we do like a light colored like purple highlight on him. Start with that. We have this blue here. We have our heraldic red. One drop in there. Mix. Mix, mix. Come here, bud. It's like a deep blue, headed towards purple color. Maybe we'll make that more of a washy type of deal for this guy. And maybe just use blue on him as the highlight. Dry brush. Get out of here, fly. You're not wanted. I'm sure you're useful somewhere in the ecosystem, but not here. It's not quite washy enough for me yet. It feels nice. I think part of my issue is I'm just putting way too much of this stuff on. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Alright, so real thin. We need to do this super thin, very small amount of paint. And it's got to be thinned out a fair amount. Maybe 1 to 1. Highlight. That's better. This isn't a drastic change, but it's going to give us a little bit of dimension. my god, look at that. Look underneath his hands. I haven't touched them at all. That's how it goes, man. Looks like they're just getting this layer. Oh, well. Cool. Nice rich tone to him. Cool. Alright. Moving on to her. A piece who I really, really like. Oh. That explains that. Okay. Such nice details. I kind of like this purple color. We're just gonna roll with it. Thin this guy out and something I own is making a strange noise over there. So I think the real issue is that I'm drowning my pieces in paint with some of the earlier ones I just did. And trying to get like some kind of layer when you're squashing it on that much is impossible. So I need to be careful about how heavy that layer is. Okay. Got a few more bits on her. Not looking bad. Slowly starting to get the hang. Alright. So by using this technique of going one person at a time, I feel like I'm getting some kind of a grasp as to how best to do this like layering business. Sorry, dude. D20. Fucking natural 20. Whatever. Not bad. Making progress. Oh, she looks so cool. She is so cool. I really like that piece. Okay. Ugh. Gotta stretch. Alright, who is next? This guy who fell over. You're next. So what is all this? Oh, that's other paint I've sprayed onto here, apparently. Well. Blue layer? Let's try to blue him. Blue. A drop of blue. And that might not be enough. And then, that's the first time I've ever maybe not put enough down. And 1 drop of water, which is about 1 to 1, which is what I was guessing would be a useful amount for, oh, is this brush all beat up? Do I have a less beat up brush? No. Oh, Jesus. Falling apart brushes. Ugh. When you say you're gonna clean your brushes later, you leave them in the water overnight, and then the paint starts just peeling off of them, which is great. Getting paint flecks in your material is awesome. Let's see here. How do you look and feel? Fine. What a miracle. Mix this paint up. splatter it everywhere. Apply to this guy. Alright, less paint is better. Roger that. Interesting. We got such huge areas here and there that are unpainted under his arm. Bummer. But he's just gonna live that way in the tumble box full of pieces. Okay, interesting. I don't know how much. Oh, he's in total shadow, so not much. Slowly. Still don't know how I feel about that guy. Overall. Do we do some flesh tone on these guys before we go farther? How do you look now that you've been sitting here for a minute? Not bad. That's a nice rich color. Do some highlights on them and then start doing details. I'm thinking super light sparkly blue wash for her. We have this dude. Sorry, man, I keep knocking you over face first into this thing. This dude in the pink. He needs to be addressed. How did his cape go? Interestingly. Okay. What's the next layer we put on top of him? Let's just go with heraldic red on its own. Sorry, blue. I put a ton down. Why do I do that? Okay, water. Okay. So this red, take a fair amount of it off of the brush, and to begin our journey. Oh my god, he looks like so blown out red on the camera. Is it just cause I am so, let's see here, let's try. I don't know if there's much I can do for the way it looks on screen. But there is some color variation, some shading variation to him. IRL, which is coincidentally where he'll be viewed. I painted his arm that bright red color. Of course I did. Alrighty, well. Same on this side. I guess he's wearing gloves though. Or at least gauntlets. So maybe I can get away with this. Oh god. Guess his cape should be that blue color down to the front, huh? Alright, time to experiment pulling that down. What happens when I mix it with the other color? Let's see. Damn, this is me realizing that his cape goes all the way up here and I just like totally skipped painting it up to there. Cool. I guess that means his hood is as well. Maybe not the front edge. interesting. Very interesting color gradient on this dude. I don't hate it. Okay, he's going a direction. I am not sure what that direction is, but it's some direction. Oop. His colors are so bright on the camera, he looks like freaking Spider-Man. She's looking nice. This guy, this fellow. Oh, we're getting somewhere. This guy, pretty boring at the moment. Mostly just that blue color. Okay. Well, that's my starting on them. I gotta flesh tone them. Look how bright red his colors look on that camera. It's ridiculous. They're so blown out. Well, we'll leave it there for now. Quick little session. Nothing too crazy. Definitely excited to see how she turns out. And the other people, we'll see how they go.